Happy Friday, everybody! Today I'm going to do Friday Reads, a live show announcement, and also thank yous to people who have subscribed to me over the last week and the people who mentioned me in videos. Thank you, everybody. I've had an influx of subscriptions, so I know new people are watching me now. I feel like I should reintroduce myself. My name is Rachel. I read science fiction and fantasy and short fiction, and that's probably why you subscribed. It's pure coincidence that I went on a just week-long video making break right after last Thursday's video. I had to take some time off just to relax and do some other things. I should be back to my usual video making schedule soon, but how soon depends on how much time I have this weekend to get back in the groove with filming. Live show announcement. Nicole from Nicole's Adventures in SFF is hosting a kind of impromptu Hugo nominations and stuff live show this Saturday, the 26th. And I'm going to be participating in it along with a bunch of other wonderful BookTube SFF creators. It's going to be at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is 3:30 p.m. my time in Central, and 4:30 Eastern, and I believe it's 8:30 in the UK. With daylight savings time, I'm really confused about international time zones right now. But if you're interested in Hugo nominations and award-related things, join us, because I'm pretty sure that's all we're going to be talking about. And now for Friday Reads. I haven't had as much time to read this week, but I am in the middle of 3 things. The first one is I am rereading Swords Point by Ellen Kushner, but this time I'm listening to it on audiobook because Winx mentioned how great the audiobook version of this was in her Top 5 Wednesday audiobooks video, and I had an Audible credit and I was just like, I want to go listen to that. Ellen Kushner narrates it. She used to be in radio and she has a great voice. I love listening to her talk. But there's also like full cast with other people doing characters' voices. There are sound effects and music. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to take this one slowly because I already know the story. I already know the characters. I know what's going to happen, which means I can just relax and listen to the audiobook. Oftentimes I have a hard time keeping track of characters and plots in novels on audiobook. It's just too much for me to take in just listening to it. I prefer to read those kind of things on the page, but this time I already know everything, so it's a completely different experience. My main read right now is Kingfisher by Patricia McKillop. This is her new fantasy novel that came out in February, and I've been looking forward to it ever since I discovered it was coming out. I really like McKillop's type of fantasy, and this is no exception. It's a very McKillop type of book. It is set in like a contemporary fantasy world, but it is a secondary world or more like alternate history. I would describe it as modern day Arthurian court and like adventures. Like there's actually a quest for a magical item in this. It's just super Arthurian and Knights of the Round Table. But it is contemporary and modern in that there are cars and highways and cell phones, while at the same time that there are sorceresses and knights and kings and magical artifacts. The story so far is focused on Pierce Oliver, a young man whose mother is a sorceress and she has hidden him away from the rest of the world, but at the beginning of the book she finally breaks down and tells him who his father was, that he has other relatives out there, and he suddenly leaves home, headed towards the capital city, Severluna, where he is kind of told he'll have a place at the king's court, and along the way he comes across people with secrets and those magical artifacts. There's this overwhelming sense that everything is trapped in a spell. There's this secret, this thing that happened years and years and years ago, and all the older people, the parents of these characters, won't talk about it at the same time that they seem to think that it's really important that their kids know what's going on, but there's a veil over everything. There's this spell that needs to be broken, and like the right person needs to walk into the story and free everybody so they can do something and talk about it. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's incredibly easy to read, and I'll probably finish it this weekend. And yes, I am still reading Pandoras Star by Peter F. Hamilton. I was doing a group read with people, and I think I'm the only person who hasn't finished the book yet, so I'm sorry, guys. I've talked about this book, mentioned it a couple of times in previous videos, and I've never actually said what it was about, so I should do that. This is a hard science fiction novel. I believe it's the first book in the Commonwealth saga, but Hamilton has written multiple series in the Commonwealth world that he's created. In this one, It's 300 or 400 years in the future. Humanity has been colonizing the galaxy in waves because we now have wormhole technology. And one day, an astronomer notices that a star just disappears. It doesn't explode or whatever, it just disappears in the blink of an eye. They theorize that it has been enclosed in a Dyson sphere, which indicates that there is a very technologically advanced alien life out there, and humanity starts building a spaceship with a wormhole generator on it to go to the star and discover what's going on and if there is a threat to humanity. And there is apparently a group that wants to sabotage the spaceship project. There are a lot of characters, there are a lot of storylines, and since I'm only about a third of the way through, most of these plot lines haven't converged yet, and I don't know how they're connected. For example, there's a detective who's investigating a cold case murder. I have no idea how this is related to the Dyson Star project and the spaceship at all, but I will get there eventually. But it is a very dense, complex book. It's very long, and I have been in a strange reading mood in the month of March where my brain just can't get into this very well. I just forget things too much, or I'm disinterested in just reading long things. But I keep chipping away at it. Those are my plans. This is Easter weekend, though I have zero plans for Easter. I'll probably just stay home and read a book. But let me know how your Friday is and what your plans are for the weekend, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.